So that's how we're going to do this. Because I also have to give the report, the update on Haiti and the closing of the country. This is really a big deal. This shit is amazing to me because to see it and see what's taking place in real time, that shit is amazing. It's like being bedazzled by shiny shit. That same kind of energy. Like when the little kid see somebody do something that's to them amazing, that awe-inspiring energy. That shit. So, Haiti, we found everybody, the two priestesses, the bookman, Tucson, Divine Insight, and John Dessalines. So all of the pieces is in play. Now, watch Haiti, because as soon as that message get to the key people that it need to get to, and they do the Oshun ritual, all them people down there gonna turn into the Haitian ass-kissing forces. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm having technical difficulties. If this one started doing what the other one did, I'm just going to come back on later or tomorrow. Because I'm supposed to be on the phone with Daniel, but I had to do this live because I had to get this information out before too late. So the guy that's the leader of the current situation in Haiti, they call him Barbecue, ex-police officer who became a freedom fighter when he realized that something wasn't right. Now, y'all need to pay attention to something. They call in the people that's leading the foot soldiers in Haiti, the people of Haiti, gang leaders. And they saying that they need outside forces to come in and put down the gang leaders. Don't that sound familiar? They want to use force, military strength to overthrow. They want to use military might from more powerful nations to come in and put down the gang leaders. Gang mean tribe, people. You don't see what's going on. Yeah, they fucking with it too. But I gotta keep on treading through this shit as best I can. So, in Haiti, Barbecue sent the knocks, so we sent the knocks back to him. And so we waiting on the connections to meet, because it's going to go from drama in the streets like it is now to celebration across the land of Haiti. And Haiti is the epicenter. Epicenter. Epi is like the pinpoint in the middle. And the meta is the single part crystal of the whole. Is this one that we watching, is this live that we on playing? Y'all waiting on the other one that I just posted to load? Is that what y'all saying, Kelly? KD 79. Knockback. My creep said, make it grimy to sell. He said, fuck it, platinum back, send them haters to hell. I done a few years with Coop the Real. KD in the back and he packing the steel. Avoiding homicide, but you know a nigga will hit your ass with that motherfucking reel. That was the good old days of musical expression. Good old days of musical expression when I could get some shit off my chest in the song. Yeah. Listen to this shit. Some elevated grammatical sweep the seat shit. Heavy ass bass in the beat shit and on the break strong from the weak shit. I'm talking insane shit and on the rearranged brain shit. Quick to set a motherfucker ass aflame shit. Like a bitch with that leave me alone shit like Nitty Gay, Nest Tax Records on Caponche or the streets alone. You can't wrong shit. Better wear vests in your fucking home shit. Kick that level shit. Too heavy for a motherfucking shovel shit. And get your ass out of town on the double shit. For my niggas pop you in your motherfucking bubble shit. Even got knowledge shit on the tape. Take a nigga to college shit that never do a nigga with some motherfucking scholar shit. Knowledge that'll get the motherfuckers dollars quick. Now for that coded military shit. Bombs too heavy for a terrorist to carry shit. The coup d'etat invaded land, motherfucking scary shit. I see all y'all in here and it's saying I only got 2 people in here, 3 people. I see at least 10 people in the comments that's visible. And I don't even think I'm getting all of the comments. Ain't nobody told me they can hear me or not hear me. I don't even know if I'm just over here talking to my goddamn self right now. So I'm just trying to wait till somebody asks a question or something to make me know I'm on. Shit. Right? So, anyway, when the Haitians called for the return of the sweet water, yeah, they blocking my shit. Let me try this. Hmm. I don't know whether to continue on or stop the video. Shit. Y'all can't hear nothing. Y'all can't see nothing. It's not moving at all. It's frozen. Can y'all hear my voice? Not a good connection. Y'all not getting nothing. Okay. I'm hoping that if I pull somebody in here, it'll shake the connection loose. Peace, God.
What's up, my brother?
Nothing much.
Finally got the famous ride. Hey,
Yeah. I don't know what
yes,
our
sir.
connection like. I can hear and see you good. Can you see and hear me okay?
Oh yeah, I can see you now, man. I had some bad connections down here. I'm in the South, man. I'm in Alabama.
You ain't by the golf, is you? By the
No,
golf
I'm
course?
not. I'm around Tuskegee.
Okay, because I don't trust that coast.
Oh no, I ain't nowhere close to the coast.
Yeah, that
But I'm
water
with
got
you.
to come. That water got to come back.
Oh yeah, it's coming back. It's coming
Yeah. Hey,
back.
you got something playing in the background?
Let me see. I don't think so.
It sounded like you was getting feedback.
Okay, maybe I got my volume up too high or something.
That might be it.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. But I just been wanting to get on here with you. I ain't really got no questions because I'm with you 100%, man. I'm a 60-year-old brother who been on this journey for about 40 years, brother. And I went to Tuskegee Institute back then. It's Tuskegee University now, and we had professors that was putting people on game back then.
Mm-hmm.
So we right now, what's happening now is everything's come full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It all got to, all the bullshit got to come to an end now.
that's it. It's celebration time now. We done
Yep.
did the hard work.
The heavy lifting, as they say.
Been called crazy. Then been put out the family and said, "Oh, he don't know what he talking about." Now they
I
all
tell a
running to you for
motherfucker in a
questioning now.
heartbeat. I tell a motherfucker in a heartbeat, I'm the heat. The rest of them Christians.
That's
I'm
it.
the one that'll go out in the woods with a goddamn cloak on and make a whole motherfucking turnaround to a situation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it. That's me all day long. Yes,
But
sir,
first,
man.
I gotta try to do it on its own merit before I use any of that shit.
That's true. That's true. I do have one question for you, though, Rod. Before I
Mm-hmm.
get off here, um, in the area where I'm from, there's a tribe, a local tribe, and I volunteer with them, and we hand out food and everything once a month. And they've been trying to get me to link up with them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm with the nation. You know what I'm saying? But I just ain't with the politics of it. But do you think that's a wise move to join in like that?
You feel your way through that one, player.
Hmm.
You got to
Yeah.
know the people you dealing with, and know that you tied to the land, and you know their ears too.
Right. Right.
They don't necessarily got to look like us to be on the frequency,
Hmm.
but
Got
their behavior pattern is a pattern that we call righteousness.
you. Right.
That's their default behavior pattern,
Right.
right? So that's why they talk about in all them books, the ways of the righteous, they talking about the shit that we gonna automatically do anyway, just because it's the right thing to do.
There you go.
We
And
don't
see,
need
really,
no
how? Go ahead.
we don't need no excuse.
That is.
Speak. You see a man. You see if a man be mischaracterized, and you see the mischaracterization, speak the fuck up.
That's it. That's
You
it.
don't, you don't know your voice contributed with the voice of everybody else speaking the fuck up and make a difference.
That is. And kind of, I'm like this. I always been the type. If I'm gonna test to see how deep the water is, I ain't gonna put both feet in there. But by working and doing volunteer work with them, I had a chance to kind of see the ins and outs and how people are and how they do things and everything like that. So I'm feeling my way through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got to ask yourself certain key questions. How
Hmm.
did you get there? What brought you there, and why are you there now?
Hmm. Yeah.
Look at the energy you riding in your life when you ask the
Hmm.
question. Then know where the energy from the land is guiding your steps.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
riding the energy frequency of what they call a prelayed pattern. According to the turns you make, the pattern unfolds itself. And when you run into a bad spot, that's where the door stops. Boom. And then you monkey flip until you can see your way clear.
There you go. I got you. 100%, my brother. Hey, just let you know, I'm just thankful, man, that source has brought you in here at this place and time. You know what I'm saying, to reveal the information that we needed and to unify the people on right knowledge about who they are, not what people have told us. Because I'm from the older generation, and most of my friends they stuck in that old way of thinking. But this is the time that we in. I tell them a lot of times. I say, man, y'all can stay there if you want to, but you don't either have to get right or get left.
And you know, all this shit can be read about in the prophecies of Edgar Casey, Nostradamus, the
Hmm.
blind Baba from Russia, the blind Sheikh. All of these motherfuckers prophesied the same shit at this particular time. They gave the great teacher will arrive somewhere around the year 2019, and he will begin to teach nations.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right?
sir.
That's they all prophesied the same thing. They just told it from a different way.
From a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we got to understand. Too many people think that their opinion of something is what it is. And it ain't about opinions, it's about truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's many ways to get to the truth. But the truth ain't but one thing. What it is or
Well,
what it is.
you know the story of the world just lie.
Yes, sir.
So truth just running around with the lie just running around with truth clothes on. But I just stripped that motherfucker bare down to the butt naked truth.
But naked. That's what we call it.
Mm-hmm. So
All
now
right, my
you,
brother.
yeah,
I just gonna tell you, man, I'm gonna drop down and let somebody else get in, man. I just wanted to holler at you, acknowledge you, and let you know, man, I'm
appreciate
on
it.
the same page with you. I'm riding with you, brother, all the way to the bottom, to the top.
Yep, till the wheels fall off this motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace, God.
Peace.
I think I tried to accept this person before and it wouldn't take them. I don't know how good y'all can see this video. That's why I ain't really going in on it. Okay. Um. So there's something wrong with the recorder. So I'm gonna come back to this, play it, see what's on here, and then I'm gonna do another part later on, either tonight or in the morning sometime, to give y'all the information that I think y'all need. There's two things we dealing with: the Haitian Revolution, um, and you know the return of the Sweetwater Oshun on the closing of the conjure. When Haiti called, started doing Oshun shit in the street and having celebrations in the street, that's when this shit gonna switch around. Everything flip back to us because Haiti won their shit. And when Haiti get their shit, we all get our shit. And Haiti go first. Haiti was the first motherfuckers to break free, and Haiti the first motherfuckers to motherfucker turn this shit back on these motherfuckers' heads. The sister already told us that Haiti was gonna be instrumental in the world receiving the motherfucking gifts of earth back from foreign forces that occupied our land for millennia, for ages, eons, however the fuck they want to say it. But now this is the close of the age, and where they finally allowed the crown prince of heaven and earth to take the testers for the 50th galactic seat to be the God seat, male ruler God, with both the mitochondrial birthright from the motherline off of a um, parthogenic conception of the firstborn of the earthborn, immaculate conception, clean birth child, right? So once they understood that that shit had to be unraveled for a motherfucker to know who they is, and then I'm the only one unravel it, then it started making more sense to the people that's watching what's taking place. So the situation now becomes more relaxed because when the Sweetwater come, they go that coast, the Gulf Coast, gonna get smacked soon as Nibiru gets far enough out of the position of the orbit to be pulling on the equator, drawing all that water from the underground sources back through back channels to suck it out to the equator. That shit coming back. When that shit come back, it's gonna be a tidal wave running down a dry ass Mississippi. It's gonna be a motherfucking tidal wave rolling up on the Gulf from that water being returned. And we already had the hurricane hit Mexico today. We had an earthquake hit California. The matriarchs is rump shaking this bitch on the motherfucking sway of the matriarch shakes the land, and the crooked man continue to walk, right? And just when they thought that he was a man on ice, he turned out to be a soul on fire. He is the shocker, aka the crooked man walking. That's Big Tukey. Angel 44 Blue flipped to Chief Malik Angel Bay, Angel 44 Red out of Chicago, the city of Thebes, which is Thebes in ancient Egypt. And the city of Thebes is the home of the birthplace of Tahuti on the west side, because that's where his mother got her motherfucking rank and title from Big Mama from putting in work with outlaw vice lord bikers back in the 50s. So if you don't know who the outlaw bikers is, then you don't know who the vice lords is. You'll never understand who the disciple nation or the motherfucking Peace Stone Nation really is. And the knot came in, Peace Stone's on deck, right? Angel Bay got his soldiers all on alert, Mufti status. Motherfucking Black Fez is on a red alert to take the fezes of all of the imposters and put them at the mercy of the feathers. We won, they lost, and Black Girl Magic say, why they mad? You should have never put yourself in the position to be bullied by a bully trying to bully motherfuckers. Because I'm the bully to the bullies. I'm the bully beater. So when you come in trying to bully my people, I'm just going to bully your ass with my superior position to right, telling the goddamn truth, cutting your ass with a two-edged sword. That's some motherfucking truth cut both ways. A cut going in, cut going out. So when y'all did the bullshit, yeah, we know how to clean that shit up. One drop of blood, motherfucker. We clean that shit up. But at the same time, at the close of the motherfucking age, when we get done cleaning this shit up and we prove that we know what the fuck we talking about and we know how to tune the new children into the frequency of the earth so that they can have a chance to rule and develop into a higher species or quality of being so that they can have the right to ascend by assimilating a one drop of blood from all of the royal families. Once y'all understand that each one of the royal families come from a star constellation within the 12 signs of the zodiac, commissioned to come to Earth to serve a purpose. The Deros comes from the constellation of the Tauros, the obese elephant nose ones. Those ones come from there. The motherfucking the Nakiel, the motherfucking big forehead, right? That comes from the what's called the royal unicorn, the unicorn constellation, and they always come anytime Big Mama need them. So then you have your Teros, the cone heads, right? And these motherfuckers with that long ass motherfucking head then had no problem bringing that peanut ass head down here to contribute one drop of blood on the zodiac flip to get these motherfuckers right, right? And they come from the nation, right? And then the Dwanis, the dwarfs, the little motherfucking gnomes, right? The little furry motherfuckers with Hertzianism looking like cousin it. They come from Canis Minor, where is your Bigfoot, which we call Inkituites, the children of Enkidu, because they told Inky just do what Inky do, and he thought that was his name when he got here. So he said when they asked him his name, what he was coming here for, he thought they was asking his name, and he said, "Do what Inky do." So his name became Inky do as a joke. And then that's talking about your Wookiees, your Chewbacca, your Bigfoot, your Gigantolopithecus, the Far East. We talking about Australorobustus of your African continent, right? And your Gigantolopithecus and all of these that come from over here, right? So they got this fossil remains. They just telling y'all they're coming from different places, so they know what they're doing by misleading the people by teaching this false slave narrative, never letting them know they was at a perpetual, protracted struggle, a war, and that they don't think according to the rules of war. You'll never figure out your way out of the trap. But once you understand the rules of war, you can see everybody moves and why they making them, because it's just like a board game. Once you understand the rules of war, right, then you understand why you can't get money while you at war, because you in a warlock. The warlocks the financial coffers so that you don't be exposed to looting of your coffers. So the pharaohs already know no matter what these motherfuckers do, Pharaoh money, the longest money on this bitch. They talking about old money, bitch. We got ancient money. We got money that go back to the foundation of the creation of this planet you call Earth, formerly known as Tiamat or Queen Mother Kai. So if you don't understand what's taking place, then you need to sit your ass down and watch the Earthborn show you how it's done. All it is a simple redemption process to overthrow the admiralty law on the land, operating as the law of the land in a de facto capacity, while the de jure come in in a ipso facto capacity as a rightful heir and start telling motherfuckers what to do, and motherfuckers start making moves. And the moves had to be made in order for the pieces to be shuffled around on the chessboard in order to set the oppressor up to take the L, because the L that they flipped, that they thought they was giving us a loss, they was only flipping me sevens to crooked man walk across the land with the big man, Big Tookie. And if these motherfuckers don't understand how the crooked man walk across the land, it ain't no sense of studying the candy man, because the candy man is from another land, and that's the land in the city of thieves. So if you don't understand the candy man, then don't be chanting for Bloody Mary, because Bloody Mary gonna come when you call Bloody Bone Mary, you gonna get your dozen. You see? So two times like candy man, I better roll on your ass like an avalanche. That's because the name had to have 3 syllables, 3 M's. Morpheus Mysticus Magus, the emissary of light, the redeemer of the righteous, coming to give y'all free knowledge to ignite y'all minds so that y'all can make y'all fifth dimensional ascension without the obstacles put in your path by a low vibrational, low frequency, non-producing entity called a straw man, represented as a government, in contradiction to your best interest and directly hostile to your greatest good. And if you don't understand you at war, and you don't understand that we all been at war, and that we ain't never gave up, and we ain't never signed no treaties with these motherfuckers. They brought motherfuckers over here to pretend and masquerade to be us in order to sign treaties. They even made presidential decree chiefs. The president can't make no motherfucking chief, because the chief got to be the most loved, most respected against all the motherfuckers on the land. Wherever he go, all of the motherfuckers with juice love that nigga. And he become the most loved and the most respected. Then he be get his chief status when he continue to bump straight off of the left and the right. And then the motherfucker know he ain't for no games. And when they know he ain't for no games, and they stop sending these motherfucking lames to try to wrinkle up his $5 suit, because he made that motherfucker look good. Because it take $1 million nigga and make a $5 look suit look like a goddamn $1,500 suit, tailor made, properly cut. But y'all don't know nothing about that shit. That's called living off the fat of the land, making do with what you got, taking what's in front of you and formulating it to what you need in order to accomplish the task at hand. Mama say take the stones they throw at you and build a motherfucking castle. And when I built the castle, I was just in the cave of the ancients trying to contemplate the nature of the beast. And once I understood the nature of the beast, I knew where he was coming from, trying to devour the star from the east. That dragon bitch is not getting in because I'm going to slay that motherfucking heifer at every turn. She can't get past me. I don't give a fuck who she Buffalo. I can't be Buffalo and I won't be moved. I stand firm in my position, feet locked in the dirt. I hold on to this motherfucking North Pole shit because I'm a motherfucking NWO Northside motherfucking original cousin crew gangster off of this motherfucking north side of Pontiac. That's Chief Pontiac to you motherfuckers who don't know. And since you don't know, I recommend I tell you so you can try to keep up. But if you can't keep up, don't worry, you're going to figure it out in the end because in the end, that's how y'all going to understand when I tell you, well, I'm only going to motherfucking do the job if I'm going to win. And I know I'm going to win because I'm the baddest motherfucker ever born. And if I'm the baddest motherfucker ever born, then I was the greatest swear ever sworn because they conjured my ass up. And when they conjured my ass up, they knew they was fucking up because this motherfucker can't be moved and he don't give a fuck what you say and how you feel and fuck your feelings when I'm telling the truth. Now, when I'm telling the truth, I don't give a fuck where you come from. You can try to disgrace me and pull me down and talk about me and slice my name and all that shit. I don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to stand in the position of right, and I'm going to always be victorious. Because I come forth and proceed from the right hand of Mother Earth, a.k.a. the state of murder mitten here to slap you right across your motherfucking face into the land of darkness and the dismal abyss because you motherfuckers don't belong here in the first place. Now, that's a Detroit versus everybody because Yaktown don't back down, and we going to bust your head and bust your ass in the head with a Flintstone, right? So if you don't get this motherfucking message straight, you're going to straight get the message. At the end of the day, it is what we say. We back for every motherfucking thing they owe, no longer oppressed. We about to overthrow these motherfuckers right in their motherfucking face without them being able to say nothing about it. Because by right and by position of right and by the highest jurisdiction of the de jure capacity, I got the right to tell these motherfuckers to get off the land. And guess what I told them? Beat it, bitch. You can't stay here. I don't care where you go, high or low, left or right. But it's one thing is you won't be sleeping here tonight. Get your motherfucking ass to stepping. And I say high stepping, motherfucker, run with your knees up. Because if one of the motherfuckers get too low, I'm going to bop your motherfucking leg and flip your ass motherfucking 50 flips with this motherfucking AK when it's just the spring. You motherfuckers don't understand. This is a spoken word that every nigga heard. When the shit gets served, the shit gets served. You put it on the platter and mix it with the batter, bring it up, and this shit be crispy than a motherfucker. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. You don't know how to fry chicken, but I can tell you one thing, this chicken gonna be finger licking. That's good. It is, as KFC would say. That was back in the day when they used to be Kentucky Fried, but now they just KFC because they can't see fucking K. And if you can't see K, then you can't fuck with me because I know that K is the middle and the middle is the initial of the K and the K is the 11 on the flip. And if the K is the 11, then the 9 is the dog, and the dog is the familiar, and the familiar is flipped off the knock to the knockback off of zigzag zig. You know, and put your motherfucking dog in the fight if you think your man can handle the plan. And she thought her man could handle the plan, so she kicked him in the fight. She don't know this motherfucking blue pit bull don't back down. Even if he is a fucking prairie dog, he's still a goddamn Papa Bear. And Papa Bear just so happened to turn out to be a gorilla because a gorilla is the patriarch that watches over the matriarch while she watch over the children. And as long as she watching over the children, I can take the left bump because the left bump don't bother me as long as I know that the love is true. Because if the love is true, it belongs to you, it's going to always come back. That's when they say, if you love something, let it go. If it come back, it was meant to be. And it's always going to come back around because you got to go out the same way you came in. That's how you play the game of life. And in the game of life, it's a Plutarchy. It's a board game, but you got to be times it's an operation. Just don't touch the sides or you'll hit the buzzer. But if you hit the buzzer, don't worry, they'll lock down the school. You know what I'm saying? If they lock down the school, that means they can't get to you, right? So they have to catch the shooter. And if they catch the shooter, then the shooter will flip out off the 9/11. And the 9/11 flips the shooter, and the shooter in St. Louis, the St. Louis shooter is in the school. And the St. Louis shooter that's in the school is flipping out because he wanna spray around shit, right? But he don't understand because he had a longer plan than what the motherfucking man allowed him to continue, because you can't go on continue doing wrong because mama say somebody gonna knock your ass right. So you continue to do right and you be the motherfucker that knocked the wrong back on this motherfucking path. Somebody gotta be the big dog in this shit to stand up and put down the bullshit. I'm just saying, on my motherfucking watch, we don't do no sacrifices. You get your merits. Get your merits up and your demerits. You're gonna put in the work and then you're gonna get out the proceeds. If you're gonna find the harmony in the relationship, you can balance out and create the best life that you ever had. But you gotta be willing to put in the work. If you ain't willing to put in the work, you ain't gonna never get past when it start to hurt. Because if you don't put in the work, you can't tolerate the hurt because you haven't built up the strength to endure to the end. And mama said the race don't always go to the swift. Sometimes it go to the slow and steady. So if my legs are steady like Freddie, then I can do the fast Freddie up the aisle. Now that's a scene flip because they changed the name of that town from Motown to Geek Town when it was time to throw down. And when it was Geek Town, they laid down that jit shit. And they was jit shitting all across the city on their Mardi Gras flip in order for a motherfucker to see the coldest jitters that ever jitted the jit in the Detroit set. And then once you understand that that's the kind of language of the land, the jit for Detroit is the same as the C walk for LA and the B walk for the motherfucking Bay. And when you put this motherfucking shit together, that's a rain dance, I say. You got the motherfucking thunder and the lightning, you got the motherfucking rain and the clouds. And when you get it putting that motherfucking shit down and these honeys shaking their hips. Now that's the sway of the matriarch, where if motherfucker don't act right by the time it get dark, the land start to shake and quake and show you motherfuckers that these sisters don't play. Now, with seven sisters of destruction, but destruction is always the most beautiful destruction you ever seen. So while you about to go to your death, you in awestruck with the artistic capability of Mother Nature and her seven sisters of destruction to come through and give you the most beautiful color motherfucking story array that you ever seen in your life in nature. And then they're gonna tear your ass up. Now, I already warned these motherfuckers and they thought I was bullshitting that if you can't match the frequency, they was going to turn your DNA off. And when they turn your DNA off, I don't care where the fuck you at, you going to drop dead where you stand. And it's nothing personal. It's just that you got to understand you got to be from the land. And if you ain't from the land, she turning off your DNA if you can't sink to the earth. So all of these motherfuckers, you call it a motherfucking um, um adult sudden death syndrome or whatever, or SUDS or SADS or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But at the end of the day, if they can't match the frequency, they can't stay here. It ain't nothing personal. It's just strictly family business. It's time to clean grandma's house. Because Big Mama said, don't leave no stone unturned. So everywhere I find these motherfuckers, high or low, inside or out, left or right, front or back, wherever I go, flip these motherfuckers out in the open so they can squash these bugs under their feet and we can go and get the parasites out the mix. That's talking about purging the imposters. As Kanye say, we are Jews, but we the real jewels, and them motherfuckers over there are Jewish. That's kind of like a Jew, but they ain't really true. See, you got to understand the part of the plan where they came from when they came to your land. They used blood shields and sacrifice to block the colors of the motherfucking law. And once they blocked the color to the motherfucking law, you couldn't see what was before your face because you couldn't see the forest for the trees. But if you always remember, the forest exactly what it said it is, it wears hearts on its sleeve. So if the forest is what it said it is, it's obviously what you see is what you saw, and what you see is what you get. And if you could get the truth will set you free. But you first got to know how to utilize it to turn the key. The key to the truth is tell that motherfucker everywhere you go and stand in the position of right. And every day and every night, the motherfucker gonna wish they knew the shit that you knew so that they could do the things that you do and overcome the obstacles that they see you overcome. Even though they don't tell you they respect you, they're gonna have to bow down in the end. They don't have to love me, but they still could be my friend. I understand it's about the love and the respect, but sometimes the respect is all you can get because a motherfucker got too much hate to give you the love. And it's a thin line between love and hate. And if you can cross that thin line and still bump straight, that means that you can walk the Siddhasta King. That's the straight and narrow way for a motherfucking king. And only a few can ascend because only a few are the righteous, and the righteous are few in number. And the motherfucking earth shall be inherited by the meek, and the meek is the alfeminate, and the alfeminate is the feminine, and feminine is the women, and the women are the ones to raise the matriarchy. Because when you put the shit the way it go, the machine run the way it's supposed to be run, and that's the most efficient way to run a government. And if you run it the most efficient way it was meant to run, then it's going to run as smooth as it was supposed to be running. And if it runs as smooth as it want to be running, then the people that's listening, that's falling into the governmental structure of the matriarchy, is only going to be able to produce their best life, because there is no other options but in order to live in prosperity, truth, love, and happiness. And if you don't want to live in prosperity, truth, love, and happiness, you can't stay here, because we're going to be vibrating on the wrong frequency, and we're going to agitate your demons, and your demons going to torment your ass for staying in the midst of all of these motherfuckers throwing Mardi Gras across the land from coast to motherfucking coast everywhere they go on 7 seas and 360 degrees. We talking about every landmass that you motherfucking see. Whether we on a round motherfucking earth, flat, concave, dome, or motherfucking in a motherfucking cube, it don't matter to me. All I know is I'm just gonna tell the truth the way that I see. Now, when you put this shit together and you see where you at, then you understand where you were supposed to be all along. And when you understand where you're supposed to be all along, then you ask yourself who owns that position. Because if you understand the character and the nature of the one who owned the position, and then you know that you're in the position you're supposed to be in, you're telling yourself who the fuck you really are. And in the pyramids, it always told the motherfuckers where to begin. Man, know thyself. Because once you know yourself, you can't be deceived, right? So if you can't be deceived, then the devil can't trick you. And if the devil can't trick you, then he got to serve your best interest. Because anything that can't trick you have to motherfucking treat you. That's a Halloween knot. And that shit coming up right after Devil's Night. And Devil's Night is the 30th, and Halloween is the 31st. Now, that's a 30-30 flip off one. Now, that's a Blue Lies Chuck kind of rifleman flip off of Chucks and Pearls. And the Pearls is Mama Pearls, and Mama Pearls is Mama's Girls. And Mama's Girls ranking the number of 7, and that's 7 sisters on the Pleiadian knot. But when you come to the Marturians, then you got a whole different ball game to play, because the culture and the customs are different. So when the Arcturians came and they wanted to settle the beef, they offered a drop of blood in order to sit with the chief. So they came through like vanilla gorillas. We talking Schwarzenegger lick. We talking a zigzag zig on that shit. Now that's a Nazi knock off an SS flip. And that's why they wondering why Hitler motherfucking told us this shit. That's why they didn't understand what he was saying when he was saying what he said about the ones he said what he was saying about, when he was saying the shit about the motherfuckers he was discussing, when he was talking about the motherfucker behind the scenes ain't who you think he is. And World War III begins when you understand that it's all a ploy in order to deceive man. And these motherfuckers is hiding behind the scene with some motherfucking skillful teams of sorcerers and magicians trying to do everything they can to move us out of position until they run into this real mean, lean, green killing machine called the motherfucking Gorilla Team. Now, that's a Mean Joe Green knock off of a Gorilla Clan, where we would grab a motherfucker and run him across the gridiron, flip that motherfucker across the ring. Now, that's from football to wrestling off of a Ryan Simmons knock on the first black champ. And that's a nigga that would beat his chest like a motherfucking real motherfucking silverback. But the problem is the silverback ain't a platinum back, but a platinum back is a man. And a man is a gorilla by energy, but a human by expression. So when you understand the frequency of the totem, and the totem is in the animal, and the animal exhibit the behavior to tell you how to translate the nature, and then you take the totem animal, flip the nature around, and you understand how you can harness the nature of your totem in order to allow you to use the power of the beast in order to regulate the forces of the field. And once you can understand how to regulate the forces of the field, then you understand how a gorilla really feel. Now that's a gorilla grind knock. That's a GD ride. That's straight out of the motherfucking Flash off of Zigzag Zig. Now that's a lightning bolt. That shit ain't no joke. But he was red and yellow. And red and yellow was just two motherfucking funny colors for Mickey Mouse, unless he was talking about it was a Burger King knock, because Burger King got the red and yellow from Ronald. Ronald was McDonald. McDonald was a clown. And the clown was Bozo. And Bozo was the Boaz. And the Boaz was the flip off the Pillar of Severity. Now that's a red lies flip blue. And the blue lies flip Joaquin. And Joaquin was the dream. And the dream manifests all that he's seen when he beat these motherfuckers from Joaquin to Boaz. Now that's Pillar for Posts. And for boats, they don't understand that the Masonic Knox was all across the land. But everybody and every woman and every band didn't understand how to put them Masonic knocks back together again. So what they needed was a master and masters, a self-raised master, to look at the land and see the disaster. And when you see the disaster, then you understand what it takes to replenish the land. Three kings walking is what we need, because if we don't see the caretakers of the land, how can the land be properly taken care of? But currently, the three leaders of the land is indisposed because there's a rogue force in the mix. Somebody don't belong in the mix. So when we find out that the motherfuckers that don't belong in the mix came to get their kicks on Route 66, that's how you know the motherfuckers is prostitutes sucking on a nigga dick. Now, I don't mean to be vulgar, but the shit is the truth. And then all this sex trafficking to prove it's the truth. Motherfucker don't know, but it's a flip back to roof. Now, roof is the coffers the money. The money got a roof in every family. In every family that got a roof, and the roof got a roof over the house. And the house is in the motherfucking house that we call the Alil Bait, meaning the family of the house, which is the first family. And the first family is the Pharaoh family. And the Pharaoh family sit at the top of the pyramid to look down over the nations of men and solve the problems of the mortals from the position of the God's seat. Now that's all seeing eye. That's when one motherfucker can see what another motherfucker see. When a motherfucker say what he saw, when he seen what he said that he saw. And when you understand the language of the man that said and he saw what he seen when he saw what he saw, then you can see that the saw was only a up and down and the back and forth. And then you turn that shit around and then you can get off. But be careful, you get off too fast, he's gonna bust his ass because he's gonna come tumbling down real fast. And when that seesaw hit the ground, a motherfucker shake your goddamn spine. So that'll make sure that your shit knocked out of a lane. But if you're a little bit smarter, you can catch yourself. Let your feet hit the ground first and monkey flip out the way. And that's how a motherfucker continue to stay healthy and happy and whole. And if you can stay healthy and happy and whole, your heart gonna become bold to tell the truth, because everybody gonna know what it is that you do. You do something that none of the rest of them don't do. And whatever that shit is that you do, that got to be some shit that's true. And if it's some shit that's true, we got to feed you some falsehood in order for you to hit us with some of that truth so you can bring the proof. And the proof is in the pudding. And pudding is Clarence 13 next. And that's a 5% nation flip off motherfucking New York. And the New York flip came off the boroughs. And it's 5 of them motherfuckers. And 5 boroughs is 5 donkeys. That's 5 asses for those who ain't paying attention. Now, an ass flip is a backflip, because when you backflip, you flip over your ass. And when you flipping over your ass, then you can see what's in front of you. And when you see what's in front of you, all you have to do is stretch out on the flip. And when you stretch out on the flip, it'll slow you down in mid-air. Then you can see what you miss. And that's why you monkey flip when you get to the obstacle until you can see that the path is clear. In other words, when you don't know what to do, don't fucking do nothing. Wu Wei, motherfucker. Do nothing to accomplish something. Sometimes your voice gets dry when you got the gift of gab and you running that jibber jab, and motherfuckers trying to understand the shit you saying, because what they understand is you do what you do in such a unique fashion that they all want to know how to get some of the action. But don't worry and don't be in no hurry, because this shit gonna end real soon. All I can tell you is be real careful before you hasten your own doom. Prepare for the worst, look for the best, because Mother Nature about to put our ass to the test. Now, Mother Nature, she only follows the critical path, the path of least resistance. So the more you resist her, the harder she fights you, and the less you resist, the more she move you. So if you let Mother Nature move you, she'll find where she chose you. And where she chose you is where she choose you, and where she choose you is what you've been through. What you've been through shows the rank and the spirit, because the ones who had it the hardest becomes the strongest, because the strongest got the heaviest load to carry. You can't put the heaviest load on the weakest motherfucker, because he just can't physically carry that shit. And it's the same thing with this spiritual journey on this game of life. You can't put the heaviest load on the weakest motherfucker. Mama said God ain't gonna put no more than you can bear. And if God don't put more on me than I can bear, because I can get along with the bear, and because I'm Papa Bear, but just Papa Bear just so happened to be a gorilla. And the best way to get along with a bear is get that bear what he asked for. give him his space, and that bear won't tear your ass up. It's the same with a gorilla. Only difference is one is from Africa, one from America. But when you understand that the apex predator in any land is the Congo key, and the Congo key is the king key. And the king key is the key to Kingu. And Kingu was the spell, and the spell was the spell to sleep to put us in the temporary Kali Yuga until we got to this part where we can reach higher ascensions and we didn't have to worry about the struggles we've been through. All we can do is use that shit to empower us for what we're about to receive as a compensation for the nation or the things that's been happening for the whole duration of time. And then you can understand how they'll put it all together and restore the matriarchs back on the land. Because the big mama ain't happy, I ain't happy. Because I love my big mama. And my big mama don't play. And she said don't leave no stone unturned. And I ain't leave no stone unturned. Everywhere I seen a motherfucker that did that dirt, I made their ass undo what they done. And we coming to the last, that's the closing of the Haitian conjure. And this is where y'all motherfuckers about to see the miracles of life come, and eternal life comes in with the sweet waters, and the sweet waters comes in with Oshun. And Oshun is going to have to return to Haiti in order for the whole motherfucking product to turn around, because it's the last of the great conjures to close. It's the only one remaining open, but the book bending already declared the court closed on the matter and to return the Sweetwater back to Haiti. And for the Sweetwater to return to Haiti, the Haitians have to pull out the priestesses and do the call Haiti back to call Oshun back to Haiti rituals in the street. And once the motherfucking hit the news that they call in Oshun Sweetwater energy back, that means that they out of the warlock. And when they out of the warlock, they can reap the benefits of the wealth. Because when you get Ogun, Shango, and them warriors out of the way, in Legba, you get them motherfuckers, High John, Low John, opening up the way from tearing shit up. Then you can see the shit when it starts to clear. That's when the big deal gonna happen on the turnaround off of a zigzag zig back flip. And the monkey been flipping for years. The motherfuckers never seen what he was doing. They always thought he was just flipping, but he was catching keys every step of the way. Because he with the most keys can open the most doors. And if you can open the most doors, you can go through the most rooms. And you can go in the most rooms, you can get into the most coffers. And if you get into the most coffers, that means that you got in the most coffins. And when you get into the coffins, you got into the mind of the mentally dead. And when you get into the mind of the mentally dead, then you open up the queen's chamber. And when you open up the queen chamber, you turn on the light, and the light is the pineal gland, and the light is the light of man, and the light is the light of the soul. And when your eyes become one and the whole body is filled with light, that's when your soul have the master key. And the master key will set you free when you begin to see what you're supposed to see in order to find your destiny. Now, I hope y'all was able to keep track of all that shit because I was just letting it go. So now that we can say what we needed to say in order to get what we needed to say across, we can turn this shit around and see what's going down. Listen, Kanye telling y'all the same thing about them dirty ass motherfucking Jews that I've been telling y'all. He's just using his celebrity status to expose the truth, and they don't like it because they don't think we supposed to say nothing. They think they think we ain't never supposed to rebel from their motherfucking rude and obnoxious advances on our motherfucking personal gratification, success, wealth, and motherfucking subsidies of our land. They think that we ain't never supposed to figure out how to get rid of these motherfuckers that don't belong here and put the motherfuckers that belong in their right position. They don't know who we be, but we know every one of us when we see one another. Cause we waiting on the motherfucking Sweetwater for a reason. We in this motherfucking game. We turned all of the horror stories of our life into love stories of our best life on the turnaround. So what you motherfuckers don't know while y'all was laughing in the past, y'all got to cry in the future. And the future is now because that shit already arrived. Now that's coming off Angel Bay because he was the five that was alive the whole time trying to tell you coward ass motherfuckers that if you can't allow a motherfucker to do you any old kind of way. There's some kind of way you got to stand up for yourself. It's all right to turn the other cheek. But when they slap that motherfucker, now it's time to slap them back. You can't continuously keep turning the cheeks. You only got two. That means 3 strikes, you out, motherfucker. You got past the first time. The second time, I'm hollering at your motherfucking ass, and we won't make it to number 3. Because I'm going to knock a home run on the second motherfucking strike. Knock your motherfucking ass clean out. Send your teeth down your throat. Push your snot box back. Turn both your eyes black and fatten your lips. Get your back dirty and make it motherfucking difficult for you to walk when you stand back up. How you wobbling like a weeble wobble across the land while you dizzy in the motherfucker bumping your head. I'm just saying. So, yep. Saturn and Pisces, March 7th, End game, Raising Phoenix. Put it on the floor, sister. You know what it do. There's be some beautiful sisters that be following me. I be like digging that shit because they can see shit. They can see shit. They can open the eyes of a blind man and make him see without using his eyes. And that's when you can see shit. When you can see shit. Oh, you talking about the I just already talked about it without talking about it. I don't have to call the name of the program in order to tell you that these motherfuckers mitochondria about to get shut the fuck off, and they already start shutting motherfuckers off all over the land. If they ain't did they motherfucking work and they can't reach the frequency, they will be shut the fuck off like an old robot. Because that's all this human body is robotic parts. And if the ego is too absorbed is to assimilate higher consciousness, that motherfucker's mitochondria getting turned off. That means turn off your brain right now. Turn off your heart right now. Oh, she's gonna make me blush. So, I mean, I already gave y'all the warnings. I told y'all what the shit look like when the cleanup come. You can't wonder why they telling y'all about a drastic population reduction when Mother Nature's cut motherfuckers' mitochondria off like not 90 going north because they can't match the frequency, right? That's why all the motherfuckers they keep posting the videos, motherfucker walking, look up and fall around and drop dead because he ain't raised his vibrational frequency because nobody never taught him how to do it. Because the funny thing about the human creature is each one teach one is the only way we learn. We monkey see, monkey do around this bitch. And this monkey see gonna tell you the truth. And when this monkey see gonna tell you the truth, this monkey B is gonna motherfucker bring the proof. So that's monkey B and monkey C. And now we need monkey A and monkey D. So the BC flipped the AD off the AD flipped the BC. That's a zigzag zig across the timeline before it was and after it was done. So now you see where the motherfucking game comes. So when you turn that shit around, you put the bullshit down. You take away the motherfucking belief, you bring the proof and tell them the truth. And now you can see where a motherfucker stand trying to figure out how to be a monkey man. Because we all need to rise to the level of a Hanuman because he completes every task. No matter how big that shit is, it's not personal, it's just family biz. And Hanuman completes the task as the motherfucking Monkey King. Sun Wukong come to kick that ass. And Sun Wukong coming to kick that ass with that motherfucking master staff. And the master staff upside your head give you a master blast. Now that's a master blaster. That's a Stevie Wonder. And the Stevie Wonder left you motherfuckers silly trying to wonder how he see without the aid of an eye. But when you realize you don't need the eyes to see, then you'll stop depending on motherfuckers to see what you need to see, and then you'll see it yourself. This is just the name of the game. No human can learn without the aid of another human teaching him what already was, so he'll know how to manifest what needs to be. Yep, that's what you learn from the Buddha, the wise one. And the wise one is the wise mom, and the wise mom is the mother, and the mother is the one you sit at the feet. And the book was called Sitting at the Feet of the Master. And at the feet of the master drops the pearls of wisdom. And the pearls of wisdom draws from the lips of the wise mother. And the wise mother is the energetic personification of the Queen of Heaven and Earth. And my mama was Queen of Heaven and Earth personified because she dropped the pearls of wisdom into the ears of the youth. And when she dropped the pearls of wisdom in the ears of the youth, all of her children is here as a shining example of the proof. So you don't have to ask did my mama teach us right. All you got to do is look at how we live. She trusted the lessons that she gave us, and then she turned us loose on the world and make our own way. Sometimes we didn't make the right choices, but she didn't condemn us for that. She forgave us
completely and said, well, if you fucked around and failed trying to do it that way, maybe your ass to do it the right way next time. Because if you do it the right way, like I told you, as long as you stand in the position to right, you're going to get the right result.